Hi everyone and welcome to this video where we are going to be summarizing the book Brain Rules by John Medina. This book is an incredible resource for anyone interested in learning more about how our brain works and how we can use that knowledge to live healthier and happier lives. First, let's talk about the author. John Medina is a molecular biologist and a professor of bioengineering at the University of Washington. His goal with this book is to share the latest scientific research on the brain in the way that's accessible and engaging for everyone. The book is organized around 12 brain rules, which are essentially principles for understanding how our brain works. Let's go through each of these and highlight some of these takeaways. Rule number 1: exercise boosts brain power. Medina starts by emphasizing the importance of physical activity for our brains. He notes that exercise can reduce stress, increase blood flow to the brain, and even help the brain create new neurons. He suggested that we aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise. Rule number 2: the brain evolved too. This rule is all about understanding the evaluation of the brain and how that influences our behavior. For example, Medina notes that our brain evolved to pay more attention to things that are novel or threatening, which is why we tend to get distracted easily. Rule number 3: every brain is wired differently. This rule emphasizes the fact that every individual has a unique brain shaped by their genes and experiences. Medina notes that this is why people have different strengths and weaknesses when it comes to think like a problem solving or social skill. Rule number 4: we don't pay attention to boring things. This rule is a reminder that our brain needs stimulation and novelty in order to pay attention. Medina suggested that we use strategies like breaking tasks into smaller pieces or adding variety to our routine in order to keep our brain engaged. Rule number 5: repeat to remember. The human brain can be able to hold about 7 pieces of information. For example, 7 digits of a phone number for less than 30 seconds. To extend that 30 seconds to a few hours, we have to repeat to remember. Rule number 6: music can make our brain smarter. Listening to music and composing music make our brain smarter. As well as music listening will increase your memory power, reading skill, and emotional intelligence. You may find all these in a single musician. Rule number 7: sleep well, think well. During 8 hours of quality sleep, the brain is not resting, which is almost active to store the information we receive throughout the day to permanent memory. That is why we are advised to sleep well before the exam. Rule number 8: stressed brain doesn't learn in the same way. Our brain is designed to handle stress in less than 30 seconds. The brain is not built to handle more than 30 seconds. Stress will damage the memory and execute function of the brain. Rule number 9: stimulate more of your sense. We have sight, sound, taste, smell, touch, energetic senses which work together, so it is important to stimulate them. The brain is responsible for stimulating our senses. Rule number 10: vision trumps all the senses. We will remember only 10% of hearing pieces of information, whereas we will remember 65% of seeing pieces of information. Our brain is good at remembering picture. Our brain see the text as a lot of tiny picture to identify certain features in the text too. Rule number 11: male and female brains are different. Men and women handle acute stress differently. Women are more likely to get depressed than men. Male exhibit more antisocial behavior, whereas female have more anxiety. Rule number 12: we are powerful and natural explorers. The final rule celebrates the curiosity and explanatory nature of our brains. Medina notes that we are wired to seek out new experiences and information, and that this drive is what has led humanity to achieve remarkable things throughout the history. So those are the 12 brain rules. As you can see, this book covers a wide range of topics related to brain functions and health. Whether you are interested in improving your own cognitive ability or just fascinated by mysteries of brain, so Brain Rules is an excellent resource that provides both practical advice and engaging insight.